YouTube, what's happening? It is Thursday, June 19th, and we're going to talk about MLB today. We have a lot going on in baseball today. There are technically 16 games today, because you can see, well, some of the games got moved over from yesterday, and yeah, just rain galore yesterday, rain outs. We had three of them, I believe. Cincy, it ended up in a win with 6 innings. I just wild madness yesterday. So we have our games. Let's go ahead and look at how we did yesterday. If you're new here, we break down the spreadsheets, we break down the props, and we look for anything we can to see if we can find some value. These are the plays yesterday. It was a lot of plays. I don't take this many plays usually. It's just that many things stood out. Crochet hit the over 5.5 hits in the third inning. Detroit 1.5 postpone is moving to today. So I'm gonna go ahead and just move it to our list. So Detroit's minus 1.5. That's in the game with Scooby pitching. So that's a doubleheader. So I'll get to that when we get there. Mazur had over 2.5 earned runs. That's good. Colorado won outright again. The numbers were beautiful. LA Angels hit the under. Beautiful. Marte did absolutely nothing. He was a bad spot for us. Since he was good. Under Mets Atlanta, good. Gray pushed to today. That's a push. Over Murphy and Milwaukee, Chicago pushed over to today. And then Valdez strikeouts did not do good. So Valdez and Marte with only 2 did bad. Everything else did good. That's a great day. I don't even know what that number is. What, like 6-2, 7-2? We had so many plays move over. I don't know. So I think it's 7-2. I could be wrong. Whatever. If you want the plays typed out for every single sport I do, or you want access to the spreadsheets, go to the HQ, which will be changing soon. Almost done. Almost. So making these spreadsheets into an app. It's almost there. So yeah, enough of that. So we got a bunch of games. We need to stop wasting time. Let's jump to that first one right now. All right, first thing we're going to do is talk about doubleheaders, because if you're new here, I don't play doubleheaders. If you've been here, you know why, but I'll explain it. Too many things can happen between bullpens being extra overused. You're playing 2 games in a day, can be tiresome. It's just a lot of weird things. They tend to split the days, like one wins one game, one wins the other. Just too many shenanigans happen. So I tend to leave those alone, just it takes away from just what they normally do. For the stats, yeah. But we're going to start with Detroit and Pittsburgh. Detroit, I got this locked in at 1.5, like minus 120 yesterday, whatever it was. I think it's what it was. I still have that. So that's going to be on my sheet regardless today. So it's moving up, though. That's crazy. But the other game, we need to see which one is going to have actual Scooble. If Scooble starting the first game, that's the one we're taking. So, oh, there we go, right here. Yeah, okay, Scooble is the early game, 10. So there we go. So we are taking the 1.5 Detroit here against Haney. That's the matchup we broke down yesterday. Nothing to talk about there. Good. The second one down here is Paul Skeens against somebody. So I guess, damn, God, look at that. We can look at Paul Skeens' props, because I know you want to see them. So let's go ahead and just head over here to spreadsheet first. Make sure you put the right game up. Give me Detroit. There we go. So there we go. There's your stuff. Detroit versus Skeens. Detroit strikes out 6. So I don't know. They're average at hits. They're average at runs. We got to see what Skeens looks like, because he's not going to get run support. We can see that most likely. I'd be surprised if he does. We pop over here to Old Outlier. This is an outlier. Link in the pinned comment. Click a sign. Get you a whole week, full free. Literally. Awesome stuff. Come down here. We want the second Pirates-Tigers game. And all we have are Skeens Striker. They know where their moneymaker is. That's where they butter their bread, right here. So, oh, buddy. So, yep. Yeah, it's 5 last time. It was the Cubs. Yeah, I think I took that. Got it wrong, but whatever. Let's look at the matchups. I can look at Pittsburgh. Nope. I can look at Skeens versus Detroit historically. There you go. I can look at Detroit versus Rice, and that's all I can see. So, I'm going to leave this alone. All we have are strikeouts. I can't take nothing else. That's a shame. Later on today, maybe, but not today. So I got Detroit 1.5 in the first game with Scooble. This one with Skeens, we don't even know who's pitching against him. Like, his opponent is not even, well, the other pitcher's not announced. It's undecided. So Detroit, who knows what they're going to do? See, doubleheader shenanigans. I'm telling you, pass on the second game. Next. Okay, that's one doubleheader down. Let's go to the next one, which is going to be St. Louis and the White Sox. And then we'll get to the normal schedule. So St. Louis, White Sox, the hell did I take yesterday? What was my play? Let me come back up and look at it. That was Monday. Scroll. Oh, I had to pass. I had nothing on here. Good. Good. I don't want nothing in that game, probably. So I passed on the first one. So there we go. And then the second one, I'll show you the information, what I have. First one, we got to look at who the pitchers are, because we don't know. That's the props. We bounce around. All right, so first game is going to be Fetty versus Burke. That's the one we broke down yesterday. We passed on. We leaned Murphy, but passed. Just wasn't feeling it. And then the second game is going to be McGreevy versus Vassell. Well, let's see if we can find something on that. But first, let's go over to the spreadsheet, show the numbers. And there's the numbers. White Sox pass not doing good. St. Louis average. Nothing too crazy. That's why we lean Murphy. Didn't really like anything in this one. Pass anyways. Pop over to props. Get rid of you. Goodbye, Skeens. I wish we had some more information, but whatever. We want the second game of St. Louis. And so Cardinals 1. Where's Cardinals 2? Cardinals 2 down here. So Vassell, McGreevy. Okay, just a double bullpen game. Usually when you don't see any numbers here like the 50s and 100s, that means bullpen guy. But I mean, 4.5, 5.5 long relievers. Let's see, they've started. Vassell started 2 games, the last 2 outings basically. 1 strikeout, 4 strikeouts, and now your strikeouts at 3.5 against St. Louis, who's 16th in strikeouts. That doesn't make any sense. And then McGreevy 5 in his 1 start against the Dodgers, not bad. And White Sox are they're 30th. Oh, whoa. I normally don't want to take a doubleheader play, but McGreevy strikeouts might have to be a play because that is, you have the best possible matchup. Let's look at the matchups history. Vassell versus St. Louis, nothing. St. Louis versus righties. There you go. Chicago versus righties. McGreevy versus there, nothing. That's good. That's good for the pitching. So I think I actually will. So we're going to pass. No lean on the first leg. This was the one from yesterday. I passed on yesterday. I'm going to type in the list again, pass. But for the second game, though, I think I might take me some McGreevy strikeouts. Yeah, he's only had 1 game. He hit 4.5 against the Dodgers, which is impressive, actually. And then the fact he gets to face the White Sox, who are 30th at 10.8. Sign me up, please. I said the same thing yesterday, basically, against Valdez, and look what he did. So, who knows? McGreevy, I'll take it every time, though. How you spell McGreevy? I need to look that up. McGreevy, just like it sounds. Cool. McGreevy over 4.5 Ks. Yeah, so give me McGreevy strikeouts. Let's move on. Next. All right, coming back to the normal schedule now because, yeah, Milwaukee and Chicago did not reschedule their game for the day. I don't know when they're going to play it, but it ain't the day. So, yeah, we'll play that later on, I guess. So today, now we can get back to our normal schedule. So Minnesota, Cincinnati is the first game on the slate. So let's go ahead and pop up to it. Roll. Pick 'em. 9 is our total. Let's look over here. Now, yesterday, this game ended in 6 innings. Hey, a win's a win, baby. We will take that anytime. So, yeah, I know some books are certain ways, certain things, whatever. Every book has different rules. Some people didn't get paid out. I understand. Some people got voided out. If you have props, some people took losses that shouldn't have took losses because of the 6 innings. It's just the way that works sometimes. Gotta love it. So here we see everything here. Green, yellow, lost 6 in a row for the Twins. 4 win for Cincinnati. There are your stats. So Cincinnati's clearly doing better than Minnesota. Clearly. Let's pop over to see who's pitching. That's what we need to see. Who's throwing the ball today? Get rid of you two because I like that McGreevy play. I'm liking that one. Let's see. Twins and Reds. Let's see. Martinez versus Paddock. And we have Martinez has given up hits, at least 6 hits in 4 out of 5 games. Okay. And you see why against who? Why am I still showing these 2 down here? I'm done with this game. Go away. Thank you. Paddock has been really good, not giving up a run. So it looks like Minnesota's going to have the pitching advantage, but they're not going to have the batting advantage, which doesn't mean It doesn't mean anything good for us. Hits last 5, averaging 6.2 a game, going out there against Minnesota, who is 18th in hits. That doesn't help me none. Does. So there's no clear. I need strong hits versus this, and 18th is not strong enough. 7.9. 7.9? Are we? No, I can't work with that. That's not good enough. I need more. So we can't take you. Let's pop over you to Paddock. Paddock, what the hell? 8 earned runs against Houston. Before that, you were good, but damn. Damn, that's not good. Matchup. A little choked up on that one. Martinez versus Minnesota. There's your stats. Nothing stands out. Righties versus Minnesota. Cincy versus righties. Cincy versus Paddock. Nope, nothing here. So I'm not going to fade Paddock because of this. I'm not going to trust him because of this either. So I would say Minnesota still, even with this, he's more consistent over the long term. 3 and 2.2. And then Martinez, what's Martinez earned runs? 2.5. That's already telling you something right there. Let's look at Martinez earned runs. Yeah, he's been way more. Just 4, 6, or 5. 4, 5, 3. Yeah. So pitching, batting, maybe lean Cincy at home, but not really. I'm going to pass next. All right, moving on to the next one, which is going to be Colorado and Washington. Hey, who had Colorado yesterday and the day before that? I had the over 2 days ago, but I took the +1.5. If you took the money line both times, good job. Good job. Awesome, because now we have, look, Washington's favored yet again. They just haven't learned their lessons, have they? 9.5 is our total. When are they going to learn that Colorado's not bad right now? They have a 4-game winning streak. They are second in runs, seventh. And look, the bats are doing the bat things. Now they're not as yeah, still top 10. Washington's getting a little bit better with the bats, but look, they've lost 11 games in a row now. They're 0-10 last 10. Look at that nastiness. Colorado plus 1.5 is 152. I'll be taking that again. We got to see who's pitching, though. If we have equal pitching, we take Colorado. If it's shifted either way, we'll see what we do. We want Dorado and Nationals. Dollander, who gives up a lot of walks, apparently, but we'll look at that. And Trevor Williams. Let's look at these two. Let me check this walk prop. So there's a lot of walks. Washington's 14th in walks. That is nothing for us. We go to the earned runs, 2.5. And he's at 3.3 and 2.6. He's been decent. I mean, Mets got him, but the Mets are pretty good. That doesn't make that's not surprising. Atlanta, Miami, Arizona, Texas, not too shabby. And then Trevor Williams earned runs last 5, 2.8, 2.6. So technically, Colorado's got a better pitcher in the last 5 games statistically, because 5.0522. That is wild. So a good bat might just pop off on him. So I'm leading Colorado again. We go one more again. Colorado got a 5-game winning streak. McMahon, let's see. Anything else? No, nothing stands out. Righties versus Colorado, nothing stands out. Washington versus righties, nothing stands out. Dollander versus Washington. There's a home run for Bell and 3 at-bats, but there's not much. And then 1 for Wood, too. Not much data there. Not much. I'm going right back to the well. If anything, I kind of like the over as well, but plus 100, I like the Colorado. Watch Colorado go also and get hot. Just get hot. Weird thing to say. Very weird, but they're 17-57, but they're also in the NL West, which is just beast of a division. Like Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, Giants, all of those teams got to beat up on somebody. Happens to be Colorado. Sad. So give me plus 1.5 next. Jumping back in here because I'm in another game right now. I'm way down the line, but I realized I forgot I didn't show you the weather. I'll show you the weather later. Don't worry. I think you'll see it. But I realized that the wind's blowing out like crazy in this game, and I'm switching my play in this one from Colorado plus 1.5 to actually over 9.5. So you'll see later on. I'll explain it. I just want to put this in now so you see it. So later on, you'll see it. There you go. Cool. Moving on. Angels, Yankees. Yankees scored a run finally. Yeah. Yeah, they went 29 innings, 30-something innings without a run. They finally got a couple. They lost still. They still lost. Man, wait till you see the sheet. Oh my God, the Yankees. 270 though. Look at that line. 270 with a 9.5. Look at the. You want to bet on them? You really want to bet on the Yankees? Be my guest. They're last in the majors at 3 runs a game in the last 10 games. They're 28th in average, 26 in hits, 29 RBIs. Have fun if you're taking the Yankees. Here are the Angels. That's what they're doing. Now, I expect the Yankees to eventually. They're down here. They're at the bottom. They're eventually going to do they're going to pop out. And when they do, they're going to pop off for like 14 runs in one game. You know they're going to. Every team does that. Eventually, they just, that's what they do. So, Texas did it a couple days ago. Texas was the most recent one. We've seen plenty of teams do it this year. Yankees will do it. The Angels will do it because anytime you're hovering around here for a while, it's like all the runs are building up. And so, anywho, let's go to who's pitcher. And we got, get rid of you two. Changes to here, do this. Mr. Anderson, who gives up hits. I don't care because the Yankees can hit the ball right now. Against Rodon strikeouts, against the Angels, who are 29th. I was going to take the under, maybe a Nerfy, maybe Rodon strikeouts at 6.5 because the Angels strike out a ton. See, right behind old whoever it was earlier that was 30th we saw. White Sox. I knew it was somebody. Yeah, this might be the play. This might be the play. His last 2 games, he has not really been striking out, but it was Boston both times. Maybe he has something with the rivalry. He just messes with them. But then you face the Angels. He gets 10 on the road. Now he's at home. Yeah, there we go. See, look at that. The numbers are there for us. Rodon versus Angels history. There you go. There's not much data here. Nothing too crazy. Lefties versus Angels. Yankees versus lefties. Yankees versus Anderson. Yeah, nothing. I'm taking Rodon strikeouts. That's exactly where I'm going with this bad boy. 6.5. That's all we need. He's averaging in the last 5. Yeah, his average is a little low. It's still 7 though with the 2 Boston games, but he did get 10 versus the Angels in California. Now he's at home. Yeah, give me Rodon at home to be a little more comfortable today. So RODON. No, that's not. That's the wrong line. It's this line. RODON over 6.5 Ks. Yes, taking that. Move on next. All right, moving on to Milwaukee, Chicago. Hey, now we need to pop over to see what the pitching matchup is because if this is the one from yesterday we already covered, this is gonna be a quick one. So yeah, okay, so Saxon won, and we got the rookie going back out there who had that pretty good outing in his first game a couple days ago. His first outing went like 5, 6 innings before he got pulled with like a strain. So that's no one's talking about that, so he must be fine against Talion. Now this one we broke down yesterday. You can check yesterday's video. It's there. This was a pass. I leaned the Nerfy. I'll still show you the lines and all that good stuff like we always do. Where there it is, 120 with the 8.5 total. So the spreadsheet, you see, this is why I was leaning Nerfy. The numbers are just, yeah. So yeah, I'm passing on this one. I lean Nerfy, but next. Moving on, KC in Texas. Texas, yeah, what'd you see their offense? We just talked about how they were in the 30s, like literally a few days ago. My, what a week can do for you. Texas 120, 8.5 is our total, and baseball is a roller coaster. Now Texas is fourth, second. This is that's why I do a 10-game rolling average. I don't look at it. I put on 2025 so you can see it. I don't give a shit about 2025. I care about what you've done recently. Some people, this is why I have every stat. I have recent, home and away, in 2025, the season, because everybody has a different betting method. I want to make sure you have all the information I can get you. So for me, I like recency bias. That's what I care about. So that's what works for me. It works out great. I'm going to keep following it. So Texas is doing great recently. KC is 3-7. What are you doing, guys? Hey, you're not 30th like you were yesterday. You're doing slightly better. Hey, good job. Let's look at the pitching matchup in this one. Kansas City is right there. Yes. Oh. Waka Waka Day versus who's Waka pitching against? Sean Armstrong. Who the hell is Sean Armstrong? Well, let's find out. Zoomies. And he has 2 saves. It means he's a bullpen guy. 2.9, 35 Ks in this season with a .97 whip. Not bad. Last 5 games, he has gone out there. All are in June, which is good news. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's what you want to see in your earned runs from your bullpen. That's good. 1, 3, 1. Damn. He had a 3-inning no-hitter with 5 strikeouts. What? It was the White Sox. Okay. Whoa, pump the brakes. But that's still not, that's impressive. So, hell, this dude needs to pitch more. That's, okay, I see you. Let's look at Walker, who's over 5.5 hits, 4 out of 5. Over strikeouts, 4 out of 5. Hey, Texas, how you strikeouts? 6. KC, second. So we're not looking at strikeouts for either of these teams. So Walker hits against Texas. Uh-oh. Who's number 2 in all the land? That would be Texas. It hits at 10.2 a game in the last 10. Yes, let me have that, please. Walker hits allowed versus Texas, please. Last 5, 6.2 average. Now that one Detroit is doing a lot of heavy lifting because 8, 7, 6, 9. And he's against Texas? No. And Casey's on, so Walker's on the road at Texas. Texas is at home. They're hot with the bats. They're facing Walker, who gives up hits. There's my play. Says, but don't overthink it. There's your play. Armstrong versus Casey historically. Bobby Witt's got a home run. 6 at bats, but I don't care. That's not impressive. I need more than 6 at bats. I need like double digits. Righties versus Casey. There you go. Texas versus righties, and then Waka versus Texas. Nothing. No, nothing. That's my play. Waka over hits allowed. Absolutely. Waka over 5.5 hits allowed. Love that. Next. All right, let's move on. Arizona and Toronto. Currently, Toronto 140, 8.5 as our total. Let's look at our sheet, and that's just kind of a mess. Both teams kind of above average, but kind of not. Arizona can't hit the ball. They don't get many hits, but they get triples and home runs. They're making the most of their hits. So it's working out for them. Toronto's kind of stranding people because their runs aren't equaling out to their hits. So both teams have ups and downs. So that's interesting. So I'll say that's a push there. Let's go look at the pitching matchup. See who we got in this one. We got Gossman, who got rocked last time I remember this. His strikeouts are 4 out of 5 on 5.5. Arizona is 27 to strikeouts. What? Arizona, what are you doing? What are you doing, baby? Oh, Gossman strikeouts. Hello. Welcome to my sheets, because that's probably what I'm taking, because everything else is Ryan Nelson. We'll look at your earn runs, too. Gossman strikeouts, we'll start with you first. Last 5, you were averaging 6.8, so you are striking out a bunch. Your number's 5.5, so that's easy. 1.3 over. I want at least 1 over, so I have some cushion on this, and we got that with our 6.8. So 6.5 that's a cutoff, basically. So that's good. Any of these are Arizona? No. And these are decent teams, too. Decent bats. You struck out 9 Padres? Bro, that's impressive. Padres don't strike out much. Gossman versus Arizona history. Yeah, 4 for 10, nothing else really. Righties, Arizona, cool. Toronto, righties, cool. Nelson, Toronto. All green, but eh. Yeah, this is my play. This is going to be Gossman strikeouts all day. Let me get that next. Moving on to the Cleveland Giants setup. San Fran 168 with a 7 total. 7. Scooble can't pitch in 2 spots. Who's pitching in this game? Cleveland. 22. Oh my God, Cleveland. You can't score runs, but San Francisco 8th in runs. They're 5 runs a game. You give me a 7 total? Perplexing. Lost 4 in a row though. How is that happening? Because your pitching is letting you down, really. That's probably what it is. Over here, who do we got? Let's find out these shenanigans. What's going on here? Something's afoot. I don't like it. Logan Webb, okay, over hits allowed against Cleveland, who was 28th in hits. Well, that's a damn thing. We're not taking that. Logan Webb earned runs against Cleveland, who's 22nd in runs. We ain't taking that. Gavin Williams earned runs. Maybe it's Gavin. Maybe it's Gavin. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. Let's look. That's not that. It's all over the place. 0s, 4s, not bad. All right. Webb history. Nothing impressive. Righties for Cleveland. San Fran versus righties. San Fran versus Gavin. Nothing here. I don't like this one. I'm passing. Next. Moving on to Philly and Miami. Miami's up next. Currently 165 Philly on the road. 7.5 star total. Philly got the win yesterday. You can see the bats are doing good for Philly. Miami's fallen off a little bit, but they're still average and some spots above average where you want to be. This means you're leaving dudes on base. That's all this is telling me. You're leaving dudes out there just stranded. Philly's doing what they're supposed to do. They're scoring, they're everything. So 7-3 makes complete sense. Slight lean Philly with the bats, I would say. Slight, nothing too crazy. So let's pop over here. We want there they are, way down here. You got to move down for it. Sanchez versus Cabrera. Sanchez earned runs has been over 4 out of 5 and 8 out of 10. Whoa. It is 1.5. It's a low number. And then Cabrera strikeouts 5 for 5, 7 of 10. Philly, how are you striking out? Shame. You're 4th. We needed to be a 29 or something. We would have took Cabrera strikeouts. But instead, we got Sanchez earned runs. Miami is 17th in runs. So unless it's way off, we don't like this. We look for advantages, and this is no bunch of 2s. No. We need him to pop off for like 6s or 5s. 3, like no, he's a very consistent good pitcher. Cabrera versus Philly historically, and then we have like 308, 429. Nothing stands out really. Nothing. Maybe Schwarber being $143 might be something. Righties for Philly. There you go. Miami versus lefties, and Sanchez versus Miami. Nothing here. I don't like this one either. We have no advantages. So what does that mean? We pass. We move on. Next. All right, moving on to the Mets and the Braves. Currently, we got Atlanta 124 with an 8.5 total. Looking at our sheet, we can see the numbers. Again, a bunch of mid. I don't, disgusting. Mets are number 1 in home runs. That's an interesting one. If you're looking for dinger plays, maybe the Mets are there for you because they're the ones hitting the ball the furthest. And just take Acuna because dude is just a monster. Like, imagine if he played all season, what his numbers would be. Yeah, exactly. Moving on, pitching. Who do we have in this one? Who are the victims? Because this is already kind of feeling the over in this one a little bit. That over is what, 8.5? I can feel that. Never mind. Clay Holmes is pitching against Spencer Strider. Yeah, well, depends on what Spencer Strider we get. We get the one we've had most of the season, no. But if we had the most recent one, who pitched in Colorado, which is not impressive, hey, whatever. 2.6 last 5. What is your earned runs? Last 5, 1.6. So Clay Holmes has been doing pretty good. Matchups, Strider versus Mets. Historically, there is your data. Nimmo, 16 at-bats, a 500 average, which is literally 8 for 16. 2 homers, 5 ribbies, and a 1.6. That is a contender for a batter prop. Let's pop over here to the props. Let me just close this out. Hit a refresh. Make sure the bat props are the most crispiest props we can have. Are the lines crispy? Yes. Let's go down to Braves right there. And we see... do we have some Nimmo? No Nimmo. Oh, how about last 10? Any Nimmo? Let's just go find Nimmo and look at his line anyway. Brandon. There we go. Gotcha. Oh. Ew. That's disgusting. All right. Actually, no, it's not that bad. It looks bad. Why did it look so bad? Last 5 looks bad because, yeah, he is 1 for 5 and he has like a 1-0. But he is getting hits. He has a 9... out of 10 games, he has a hit. What's your hit? 210. Oh, too high. 118. I might take this anyways. I might take it. He loves facing Strider, which is weird to say because Strider's good. So let's go back in that matchup. He's the only one that's, he has good data. Let's go to the other side just to make sure. Righties for the Mets, Atlanta versus righties, Clay Holmes versus the Braves. Anybody good? No, I'm going to take it. I think I'm going to trust it. I don't really like anything else in this one, so let me take no. Let me see how many at-bats. He's getting 4 at-bats a game. You can see sometimes 5, even 6 occasionally. So failed to exceed 1.5 in his 4 of his last 5 games on the road. Well, yeah, no shit. We're looking at it. But yeah, give me a head-to-head. How's he doing against Braves? Okay, so it must be, you can tell when he faces Strider. I'm taking it. I don't care. I like his history versus Strider. I like this setup. He's 8 for 16 is good stuff. 8 for 16, 500. Yeah, sign me up. Nemo. Over 1.5 HRR. We're going to take that. Next. I love when we get matchup like historical, like player versus team. Love those matchups. All sports have them. You have that one player who just loves facing a certain team. Hopefully that's Nemo. We'll see. Moving on. The wildest game. By far the wildest game from yesterday. Talk about just a mix of emotions, highs and lows, heart rates, palpitations. All of it was this one. Baltimore, Tampa. Baltimore jumped out all over. Taj Mahal. I'm gonna give up 1,000 runs. Bradley, and look at the offense. It's good stuff. What was that line? I'm so excited talking about it. It was 8-0. Somebody in the Patreon chat literally put the money line when it was plus 1,400 and it hit. Like, what? Because Tampa stormed back. Because Tampa's good. Weird. They're still good. Like they've been hanging out at the top of the offense for like almost 3 weeks now. So 145, 8.5 over. Depends who's pitching, obviously. But let's look at the. Yeah, let's go back here. Yeah, number 1, 2, 1, 4, 4, 2. Yeah, when you're 1 in RBIs, 2 in hits, 1 in runs, you're getting on base. Literally, number 1, you're getting on base, you're scoring. Yeah, it's hard to lose. 7 and 3. Taj tried to make you lose, and he couldn't. Yeah, because you're just too good. Baltimore's offense pretty good. Let's go look who's pitching because that really got to see what we got going on today. Oh, scroll down here. Get this one. Morton versus Rasmussen. Huh. Rasmussen's not a strikeout dude, which doesn't really help us because Baltimore is 24th, but he ain't striking out nobody 6 times. It just ain't a thing. He does. Let's go to earned runs. 1.5 for Drew. Okay. Morton's 2.5. Okay. Morton was rough for a minute, but he's gotten better. And then there was a little stint there. You see there's like a gap. Where is it? Yeah, there's a gap right here where it's missing a couple. Yeah, he didn't start those games, but he still pitched in those games. So you can see something's changed. He's figured something out. So he's not as bad as he was over here. He was cash money over here. Here, he's a risk now. But now he's facing Tampa, which we'll see what happens. Let's look at Drew. Yeah, 3.33, 0.0002. Dude's either really good or average. That's all he is. Let's look at the matchups. Rasmussen, there are your stats versus Baltimore. Nothing crazy. Righties versus Baltimore. Tampa versus righties. And Morton versus Tampa. Nothing at all. I think we got to go with, okay, you've shown you can give up runs. You've shown you can give up runs. What's the weather today? I should know this. I live here. But I didn't. We didn't even look at weather, did we? Oh, shameful. Well, guess what? We're going to do it now. You're probably wondering, some of you probably commented, like, he didn't go over the weather. Patience, I got you. Here it is. Yeah, that's okay. It's 12:40. That's the first game. Yeah, so there's Cincy, there's Washington straight out of 13. Okay, maybe I might go back and change that to an over for real, because that might be worth it. Yeah, Yankees, Detroit. We might have more damn rain. Might. We'll see. Chicago, Dome. 20 miles an hour in this one. What did I take? A pass? That's probably smart, but damn, that's a lot of wind. Oh, my. Yep. A's 13. We haven't got there yet, but that might be an over too. All right. Dodgers 9. There. Wow. All right. I think I'm going to go change that Colorado-Washington over. Let me just do that right now. I'll put it at the end of the video too to say. So it's going to be let's see. What was that over? 9.5? 8.5? It was 9.5. So let me scroll back up. Colorado, 9.5 at plus 100. Yeah, we're going to go take that over just to be better. But for this game, I was looking for Tampa. Out at 5, maybe some rain, nothing too crazy. I'm going to take the over here too. Why not? Life's too short to bet the under. A joke. I hate betting it because I hate rooting against action. I like action. So, but I like money too. I love me some money. So 8.5, let's take that over. Just so you can see it. There's the 8.5 for this one. Here is the 9.5 for the Colorado-Washington game. Yep, there you go. Those are the plays. I'm going to take over in Tampa, Baltimore next. All right, next up is going to be Houston and the Athletics. And currently, what is the line? Down here. It is Houston 130 with a 10.5 because we saw the wind blowing out a little bit there. Let's look over at the spreadsheet. We see our numbers. Houston's offense is doing pretty good. I say pretty good. They're doing amazing. 3-1. They're tied at 1. Yeah, Tampa and Houston are crushing 7-3. That's not what you want to see. A's, clear advantage to Houston with the bats. Let's look at pitching. Who do we have an advantage here? If Houston has a pitching advantage, it's over for the A's. Sorry. And it is Colton Gordon, 2.5 earned runs versus Jacob Lopez, 2.5 earned runs. 10.5, huh? I see why now. Let's see. All this is this season. You're averaging 2.6 earned runs. What are you averaging? Last 5 earned runs, 2.5. But you had double zeros in a 4 and 6 outing against Baltimore and KC. Not the strong. Well, Baltimore's decent, but KC, Houston's offense is good. Let's look at these matchups just to be safe. Matchup. Lopez, nothing versus Houston. Houston versus lefties. There's some high 3s on here, some 4s. Okay, Houston might tee off a little bit because they look pretty good against lefties. A's against lefties. Ooh, that's a stretch of 1s. And against Colton Gordon, yeah, we're going to take Houston straight up here. I think Houston's the way to go. Let's go back to the game line. Houston money line 130. That's it. When we get to the back of this offense, absolutely, I will back that offense all day. So give me Houston on the ML. Let's move on to that last one. All right, moving on to the last one, which is going to be this one. It's going to be Dodgers Padres. Dodgers 250 on the money line. Have fun. Inconsistent ass team. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, they won 5 in a row now. Sorry. 8.5 is our total. Let's go to the sheet. Let me show you. Yep, 8.5, 8 and 2 on 5. Look at the numbers. Okay, Dodgers doing good again. It was last week they were like kind of little wishy-washy. So let's go over here and just load up. Ooh, we have pitching. See what we got popping. Oh, Yamamoto has over walks in 8 out of 10 and 5 out of 5 in a row. Padres are 7th in walks. Yeah, that might, and they're 3.5. That's pretty good. I think that's our play. Yamamoto walks. What else would I take? Earn runs at 1.5? Not a chance. He walks a ton. He tries to get you to chase, and it doesn't work always. If I was a pitcher, I would do the same thing. So I would try to be like a strikeout dude, like Scuba Skins or somebody, but yeah, also I'm gonna walk some dudes. It's just gonna happen. Let's see. Where's earn runs? There we go. Burger 3.5. Damn. Why so high? Why so high? Because you're facing the Dodgers, who are about to tee off on you probably. That they know something we don't know. Yeah, they know something. All right. Yamamoto earned runs. Ooh, maybe overs the play because he has been either good or bad. There's no in between with Yamamoto here recently. Are we fading Yamamoto? Are we fading the guy with a 3.5 line with a minus next to it? The odds, them some big old buildings in Vegas, and they're there for a reason because they know what they're doing. I mean, I'll follow it. I'll follow along. Hey, why not? Let's go look at the matchups real quick. Yamamoto versus San Diego. There's a lot of green there. It's not many at bats, obviously, but still green's good. Righties versus San Diego. Dodgers versus righties. And Buttergerts versus Doyas. Nothing. Yeah. Spreadsheet. Over for sure. 8.5. Absolutely. Yamamoto walks could be a play. Let's go look at that real quick, too, because we haven't done that. Let's take a little peek ski as walks. Yeah, a bunch of 2s. 2.8 on a 1.5 line. That's actually not bad. I would actually, yeah, because he had 5 last time versus San Fran 3. The only problem is if he gets rocked by San Diego because it's just a high scoring affair, he might not make it long enough to get 2 walks. But then again, he might give up 2 walks in the first inning. So you can take either one. I'm going to stick with the over in this one. 8.5 is a nice number with 2 top 8 offenses with pitchers who've shown one gives up runs, the other one has a 3.5 line. That's all I need to see. Yeah, that's a done data. We're done with this. So let's go back to the schedule. We did Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday because we are done now. That was it. Sped through this bad boy. 16 games. Yep. Tomorrow's Friday. We have, I believe, just 15 pending rain. But I'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate you being here. Drop a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you're taking. Check out Outlier for a free week. Check out the HQ for the spreadsheets and the typed out list. A recap. It's there for the members. I give you convenience. Just got to go get it. Other than that, I'll see you tomorrow on Friday for some more MLB. Peace.